Recently, Thailand's 9-year-old beauty Prime Minister Paetongtarn was forced out of office just a year after her election in August last year. When the news broke, her mother, carrying a Hermès Birkin bag, hugged her in comfort. But what does stepping down matter? She remains Thailand's top socialite. Paetongtarn is the youngest daughter of former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, and her aunt is former beauty Prime Minister Yingluck. The Shinawatra family has produced the prime ministers one after another, achieving the rare glory of 4 prime ministers from one family. Yet none of them ever completed their terms, each was toppled in turn. This not yet 40 society darling fell victim to a setup over a private phone call. She was recorded calling Cambodia's former Prime Minister Hun Sen uncle. Since Hun Sen is an old friend of her father, the term of address seemed reasonable. However, once the private call went viral online, it sparked a huge controversy in Thailand. I keep uncle in my heart. Uncle puts me on the internet. Just for calling him uncle, Paetongtarn was ousted, unable to escape her family's political curse. Paetongtarn Shinawatra, born on the 21st of August 1986, comes from Thailand's most prominent Shinawatra family. Her father Thaksin was both Thailand's richest man and a former prime minister, while her aunt Yingluck was the country's first female prime minister. Even Thaksin's brother-in-law Somchai once served as prime minister. Paetongtarn became the family's 4th prime minister. She campaigned while heavily pregnant with her second child and was elected before turning 38, winning overwhelming support within her party and proving her capability. During her year in office, she made a clear political point of showing respect for the king, frequently appearing alongside Princess Sirivannavari. This contrasted with one of the charges once leveled against her father, that he had not shown sufficient respect for the monarchy. Paetongtarn also won strong public support with her economic policies. She raised the minimum wage, prioritized infrastructure development, expanded the universal health care, and secured welfare funds for vulnerable groups, including the elderly and the disabled. She even directly handed out cash 10,000 baht to each citizen, earning the heartfelt praise of seniors who wished she could remain prime minister for life. On the international stage, she impressed as well. After the APEC summit, she reportedly held meetings all the way back on the return flight, sleeping only an hour. She maintained friendly relations with neighboring countries, for example, in China-Thailand cooperation against telecom fraud. She vowed to arrest every scammer, declaring, "We won't give up until they're all caught." This determination, along with her charisma, won her countless fans, leaving a deep impression of Thailand's young beauty prime minister. Her success wasn't just due to her family's influence, it relied heavily on her own drive and determination. At one point, polls showed her approval rating leading at 52.18%, crushing all political rivals. This stunning prime minister always commanded attention. Her work attire often looked like something a movie star would wear, and she could dress elegantly even for formal occasions. Daily, she carried 2 bags, a small chain bag and a large Chanel briefcase. At the ASEAN summit, she wore an outfit inspired by Laotian culture, paired with her Chanel bag. She also had 2 Alaya geometric perforated bags of the same style in different colors. She consistently wore Thai silk to promote her country's culture. When she came to Kunming for the economic cooperation meeting, her custom silk dress was designed by a designer supported by the Queen Sirikit Cultural Foundation. Even her blazer was made using traditional Thai Mudmi silk craftsmanship. The young and ambitious beauty prime minister faced a perilous political arena, surrounded by rivals at every turn. The higher her profile, the greater the risks she was reportedly complained about almost every day. Wearing the government official white uniform and making a heart gesture drew accusations of undermining the dignity of the prime minister. Using an iPad to read notes while meeting foreign leaders led to complaints that she looked like a schoolgirl in international settings. Her daily outfits were meticulously monitored, and any item not listed in her asset declaration triggered immediate complaints. Earlier this year, Paetongtarn declared assets worth 13.9 billion baht, including multiple properties across Thailand, 2 houses in London, and 2 plots of land in Hokkaido, 23 luxury cars, including Bentleys and Rolls-Royce Phantoms, and 217 designer bags. When she wore a pair of new pearl boots abroad, the Anti-Corruption Commission received a complaint, claiming she had failed to properly declare her assets and should be disqualified from running for office. Bombarded with negativity every day, yet expected to smile and deliver results, being the Prime Minister is certainly not a role for the faint-hearted. The biggest controversy arose on June 18. During a border conflict between Thailand and Cambodia, Paetongtarn tried to ease tensions by calling Cambodia's former Prime Minister Hun Sen privately. Hun Sen, 73, currently serves as the Senate President. A seasoned political veteran, he recorded the entire phone call and later shared it on social media. Hun Sen has known Thaksin for over 30 years. They consider each other like brothers, so Paetongtarn could be seen as his niece. In the recording, Paetongtarn addressed Hun Sen as uncle 3 times, explaining that the conflict was not the government's intention and offering to handle anything he needed. Regarding Thai Army 2nd Region Commander Benson, she described him as an opponent out of control like a madman, and advised Hun Sen, "Don't be influenced by your opponent's words." The recording shocked Thailand. Her gentle tone, which sounded like pleading, was interpreted by many as betraying the country. Paetongtarn defended herself, saying she was merely trying to reassure Hun Sen and never expected her private conversation to be exploited. Don't be fooled by Hun Sen being 73, he's a social media pro. He went live for 4 hours, continuing to embarrass Paetongtarn. He declared that Thaksin and his daughter wouldn't be afraid even if they sued him 5,000 times. He stressed that he didn't release the recording himself. It was meant for internal transparency. As usual, he recorded the entire call and shared it with 80 relevant officials. Apparently, someone unhappy with Paetongtarn's remarks leaked it. The old fox handled it flawlessly, completely distancing himself from the controversy. In her early 30s, Paetongtarn was still a newcomer in politics, yet she repeated one of her father's old mistakes. Thaksin built his fortune through business, and as prime minister was very popular with the grassroots, providing housing subsidies and affordable health care, which earned him support from the lower and middle classes. But he also encroached on the interests of traditional powers, which the elite could not tolerate. Thaksin was ousted in a military coup in 2006 and lived in exile for many years, returning to Thailand only in 2023. For Paetongtarn to secure her position, she needed to manage the traditional powers that her father had failed to reconcile with, particularly the military. In this phone recording scandal, she spoke her mind, openly criticizing her own military officers, a move the armed forces could hardly tolerate. It was, in short, a major taboo. In the previous constitutional court vote, 7 of the 9 judges had military backgrounds. Paetongtarn was ruled to have violated the constitution and was removed from her position as prime minister. But who hasn't grown up facing setbacks? Behind the young beauty prime minister stands her entire family, and her handling of the situation has been textbook level. After the phone recording scandal, she was reassigned as Minister of Culture, remaining a member of the cabinet. At just 39, if a new prime minister takes office, she could stay in the cabinet and perhaps make a comeback one day. As Thai media put it, she has fallen, but the story of the Shinawatra family is far from over.